looks like we're going.
Okay, so looks like we've already got a route divergence. Unfortunately, that's
indeed.
a thing that can happen in this game. But fortunately, the players are going to converge in stage 2, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So Toad is going for Pharaoh first, which is the faster route, sort of. You pick up the balloon like a stage earlier, and you can use Pharaoh to kill Brightman a little bit faster. I'm not sure if we're gonna see the like balloon strats that you can do in Brightman stage to save time with the balloon, but yeah, those are like the primary differences. And the other difference is that Gare is gonna have Flash Stopper for a couple of these difficult screens in Pharaoh, but not for the boss. Like Flash Stopper is Pharaoh's weakness, but it's incredibly slow to do the fight that way.
It only does like half damage, doesn't it?
Ooh,
that's not good.
An unfortunate death on the
spikes.
Grasshoppers there, but thankfully it's right there. Like the checkpoint is right there, so he only lost like 15 seconds at most. So I guess that's another thing to talk about. This game is deadly. There's so many spikes everywhere, so many pits, and a lot of enemies do tons of damage. Bosses, except for Pharaoh Man, pretty much all do 8 damage on contact.
Which is unique to this game compared to other Mega Man games. Usually a bit less in other ones, but yeah, 8 on this one's pretty brutal.
Okay, so Toad is gonna try and get Pharaoh Man to the center and then keep him there. And you have limited options for controlling this, but you see that Toad is staying close to Pharaoh, and that's just making him less likely to move.
Oh, nice skip.
Getting into the center. He did get the animation skip. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm behind though. All right.
Yeah, so if you jump at the right time there, you can actually skip the animation for it and teleport out faster.
And something you might not have noticed Gare doing is he actually put in a lemon into that fight at a very, very particular moment, because all of the times that Brightman does Flash Stopper are based on his HP. So if he's at a certain HP value, it's like 16, 8, and 4, and he is queuing up his next attack, then he'll always do the Flash Stopper. But if you can avoid him being at any of those HP values, you skip all the flashes.
Oh no, we got from Toad.
He was trying for the expert, like the really hard strat there. And, unfortunately took a spill.
Again, not too far off, but you know, evens things up again.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that death for Toad was worse than the death that Gare took. Oh, he tries again.
Indeed.
And unfortunately, does fall into the pit again.
Now, something to note with Flash Stopper, the thing that it's useful for in getting it early as well is that it doesn't actually tick down how much it uses while you're sliding. So you can pretty much just use the Flash Stopper and then slide everywhere, and in theory, technically use it forever.
Yeah.
If you had an infinite plane to go on.
Oh no, dude. Toad is getting bodied by this grasshopper, unfortunately. It keeps doing the short. I took a deliberate game over there because it's really scary to be on 1 life at any point in this game.
Yep. Oop. Don't blame him at all for taking the death. Oh, it looks like he accidentally went back to stage.
And then you just stage select, yeah. Unfortunate. It's just another like few seconds lost on top of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Something else to note about the fights, like you said, you wanted to keep Pharaoh in the center. In Mega Man 3 and 4, it's good to kill the bosses in the middle of the stage for how the death bubbles clear out. I believe that's how it is for 3 and 4 is because of the bubbles.
Yeah. Because the the level end can't start until all the bubbles are off screen.
Right, that's what it is. Versus 5 and 6, where it's based on a timer. So, in the case of 3 and 4, you kill them in the center so that they clear out faster. Whereas the later ones, you get to the corner.
Code's gonna show us the bright balloons. Let's go. Good start.
I'm really glad he's doing this.
All right. Taking the backup. Okay. There's a different backup you can do that like uses a few more balloons, but that's totally acceptable.
Yeah. Underring men stage for Gare. We get to see the instance of balloon jumps happening now, where it'll often look like the balloon doesn't spawn at all, but he's still jumping off of it. If you place it correctly when you put it into a wall, you still have a small area that you can jump off of them, which also in turn clears the balloon so you can keep using more. If you go too far into the wall, though, then you'll miss it.
Yeah. You just gotta be sure that you're like a little bit away from the wall and it'll work.
Yeah.
And you have a pretty big window actually to jump off those. I think it's like 11 frames or something.
It's not that hard.
Alright, so Ringman, we got all these mini bosses and we're gonna skip 3 out of 4 of them. We already killed the one ring mini boss. And then everything else just gets skipped. It's not worth our time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say Toad looking at like minute and a half, somewhere in that range, deficit right now. So we'll see if he's able to pick that up in the rest of the game. Getting a scary looking deboost. I thought it was gonna blow him off his balloon, but it turned out to be okay.
Good fight from Gare.
Yeah. One of the nice things about the ring fight is it's completely static. There's no random elements to that fight, so you can control it completely.
And he gets the magic pixel, allowing him to teleport up into the animation faster.
That's like if you put Mega Man in the exact center pixel of the screen, then you'll teleport directly up to the weapon get instead of jumping up to it. Which saves like a second. It's something like that.
Something like that.
But like, there's 8 times where it happens. So if you can get all 8 pixels, that's like 8 seconds you just saved. And then the animation skips save for another second each, something like that. You can do 2 of those, so it's like 10 seconds difference between getting no pixels and getting all the tricks.
Mm-hmm. Fun time.
Toad was a little bit low on HP, and so you had to take a back deboost from the ring instead of sliding into the ring mini-boss. And so, okay.
Pressure.
We got Gare going into the Dust Crusher. We'll see which cycle he gets. I would expect both of these runners to be trying for the Fast Crusher.
Okay.
Looks like Gare's setup is good. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Somehow I'm behind again.
Yeah, just a little.
Alright, let's go. Stomper slide. Yeah! Oh, he was so close! If your slide chaining is just like perfect, you can get under those stompers, even if they jump low. Okay, so here, Dustman. GareBear is staying close to Dustman to try and discourage him from doing the suck pattern. It looks like it worked out. That was the best possible pattern.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Dustman sucks. He becomes invincible, so the only way to get him out of it quickly is to take damage, and if you're low on health, then that's bad. because you're gonna either have to wait it out or risk the lot of damage.
Okay. Toad making it through that really dangerous block section in Dust. That's one of the most dangerous sections, like dangerous screens in the entire 8 robots.
If you look at Gare's screen here, he's actually going to do a zip. Perfect. So yeah, as featured in many Mega Man games, you can do some zips in this one. They're scarier in this game compared to some others, because in this game it'll actually kill you if you're not in iframes. So we manipulate the enemy there to make sure that we're in the iframes to actually be able to do the zip. Here he's going to swap over to the flash stopper, which also we didn't mention also takes away some shields of enemies. So like these enemies would have been invincible from behind, but once you put the flash stopper on them, it makes them vulnerable.
Yeah. One of the interesting things though is the shield will come back if you hit the enemy on the very first frame it is on screen. Alright, so Skull is another manipulated fight, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you can manipulate everything in about this fight. If I remember right, you want to move first, which makes him fire?
Yeah, you move first, which makes him fire once, and then you, after one pattern, you want to shoot to make him jump and go into his shield phase a little bit earlier. As long as you can still make it, it should save time. Like, without getting a second shield phase.
Mm-hmm. We might have time for...
Toad has just given a clinic on how these... Oh, even the, like, really tough corner balloon there.
Yeah. We probably have time for a donation if we have one.
Yeah.
Alright, nothing right now, but we did pass $2,000, so that is very cool to see that we got past $2,000, and we're still $80 away from that next incentive of the bonus run that's coming up after Eldra's run of Labyrinth Mode Showcase of Comet Striker. So,
yeah, definitely get your dollars in towards that. That's going to be really cool to watch. Gare successfully skipping the Eddie drop. Sometimes, like, that wouldn't have lost any time if he did collect the drop in that case, but sometimes it's a large ammo and that'll waste 40 frames. So you don't want to be putting yourself in that sort of risk.
So something you have to take note in with Mega Man 4, if you're sliding underwater, you can't jump out of your slide anymore, so you do have to cancel it with a reverse, or a turnaround, rather.
It's like water ladders and other, like, foreground objects. You can't jump out of your slide in those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike 6, the canceling in 4 and 5 is kind of gross. So,
yeah.
So you can end up, like, you can end up trying to cancel your slide and going back like 8 pixels just because you held too long. Yeah,
so for 4 and 5 it doesn't really stop you when you turn around, whereas in 6, like, you come to a dead stop when you cancel it. So it's a little bit different.
Alright, let's see. Animation skip. Ah, no luck. So this dive is the other place where you can do an animation skip and save a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Toad using Bright here. I'm not sure why that was. Oh, wait. No, never mind.
No, he's supposed to be doing that. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
It just looked wrong to me. It just looked wrong to me. Forget I said anything. I'm just, like, totally out of it. I just woke up, like, half an hour ago, so...
No, that was a good Eddie skip there.
Ugh. I thought he was in the checkpoint and it looked wrong.
Nice. So drill is a scary stage, as far as like any new player might be concerned, because the checkpoint is really far into it compared to the other stages.
Yeah, checkpoint and drill is pretty mean, because you could die like right up to the screen before it, and it's only 2 screens.
2 screens from the gate.
All right, Sled Gear didn't fall down, so we're good. So this is going to be another like very heavy flash stopper abuse section. We're going to be hoping that this flash lasts the entire screen. Or at least until he gets down here and past... Oh, okay. He was slow enough that he didn't get the really laggy rock drops, so...
Oh, as Chun-Li said, and dive it saves 80 frames for the magic pixel in that one.
Okay.
So it looks like Gare accidentally used a flash stopper on drill. It had to wait it out.
That's a 5-second timer, unfortunately.
So he's doing these jumps right here to space out when drill comes up from the ground. That was scary. My goodness.
That was scary, but thankfully he didn't get that too many extra dives out of it. So
yeah, I was staring at it, going like, "Why is this? Why is he not doing anything to him?" I was like, "Oh wait, he has the wrong weapon equipped."
Alright, so Toad's gonna be doing that same flash stopper section here, see how good his slide chaining is.
In this room, like I said, this is a good demonstration of how the flash stopper is used. Like, if you slide, you can pretty much use it indefinitely.
Yeah.
We'll see it again here at Toadman's stage, yeah. We got the rain gimmick here as well, as you saw in Mega Man 9. Pushing back on it, making a lot of these jumps a little tricky.
Yeah, that's a scary screen, actually. Okay, here we go. Ooh, he's trying... He tried both of the micro slides there. That's pretty scary for me. Because, like, the
water pushes you forward.
The water pushes you forward, which gives you less time to jump out than you think, right? And then also the corners of the water there, those are the kind of foreground tiles that make it impossible to jump out of your slide. So.
And another thing to note, we can just use flash stopper as soon as you enter the screen with the snails, and you can just skip past them after a damage boost. Waterfall pushes you down, okay. If he jumps in it. Yep. Toadman is the hardest boss in this series. Don't at me.
Memories of Tonic's 46 Robot Master run.
That was the first one who died to him. Yeah, Tonic made fun of me so much for that. He understands. He understands my pain. This is the hardest boss in this series.
Okay, so we're into Cossack stages. Cossack 1 starts out, it's not that bad, but there is some tricky movement in the sort of middle of the stage and the later parts if you choose to be spicy.
Toad went for the advanced snail deboost.
Yeah, the back D boost off the snail. It's not that bad.
A little scarier.
We have two options there to be safe. You can do the back D boost, or you can take a front D boost and hold left as you're in the damage animation, and then you'll always be safe.
Problem if you do the back D boost is if you cancel or like jump early or cancel early in the middle of the jump, you'll just fall down the pit.
Yeah.
Oop. I must despawn on Gear screen.
Yeah. You can despawn that Skulljo by just like turning around a little bit, but if your despawn isn't really precise in your movement, like it's not actually gonna save any time. So in Gare's case, I don't think he saved any time with that despawn, unfortunately.
I'm guessing he might have done it for safety. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
So
it does save 4 HP to not take a hit off that dude. So.
That or getting hit by the bone into the pit.
So he also used an extra balloon, which we'll see if that matters. Normally you only want to use one balloon to get over that little pit that he did at the same time.
Pretty decent fight for him. Wasn't he had a couple of hiccups throwing the ring out in a couple bad places, but you know, didn't take any hits or anything, so it's good.
Yeah.
Oh man. C2. Balloon usage in C2 is so cool. We're gonna skip this huge section here.
On the Skulljo there from Toad. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
Nice.
So Cossack 2 is scary because you end up at very low HP, and he actually can take one hit. So Square Machine, which is the boss coming up, is one of the bosses that does less than 8 damage on contact. It does 6. So he can take exactly one hit from either... Oh, never mind. Putting the lie to my words right there.
This game doesn't want you to be correct on anything you're saying.
Forget I said anything, dude. He's got tons of HP.
Calculated.
Apparently.
Bad pattern.
Yeah.
So Square Machine.
Sorry, go for it.
No, I was gonna say Square Machine can give you 3 patterns. You know, slow, medium, or fast. Obviously, you want the slow one because he only comes by once. Yeah. If it goes fast, that means he's going to come by 3 times. So, let's see what he gives the second time. We got a medium one. So, not the greatest.
Literally, the most common pattern is
fast,
medium, faster, fast, medium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
provided he kills him. Oh, snap,
baby!
And he gets it fast. This is where Toad needs to close in some time. That's actually a really big time loss.
Yeah. So Toad gaining a little bit here. He gained a little bit in Cossack 1 as well. I don't think anybody's going to gain in Cossack 3.
No. If somebody gains in Cossack 3, there's something wrong. Something
you can gain a little bit in the boss fight, but like, yeah, this is an auto-scrolling stage for pretty much the whole thing. So if we've got any donations queued up, now would be an excellent time.
Yes.
Yeah, we have $30 from Papa.1 who says, "Here's to hoping for 1 Square Machines, $10 for Labyrinth mode, $20 for Snow Kirby, an amazing mirror." And that Snow Kirby is part of the color incentive. There are 8 different options for Kirby, so be sure to get your money in for those, as well as that brings our Comet Striker Labyrinth mode up to only $70 away now until that incentive is met. So we're getting pretty close to that one.
All right. Toad showing us how it's done with Square Machine there. Did unfortunately get a 4-hit first cycle instead of 5, which is what you want, but like
you got the same
I can't complain about anything there.
Yeah. Definitely didn't lose any time over it in comparison.
Yeah. And his ammo is also looking better, like for dust. So that may or may not come into play very much later.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Did we talk about Pharaoh, the weapon, like the special edit? I'm not sure that we did.
I didn't. So the when you charge up Pharaoh, which you can do by the way, this glowing energy sphere appears above Mega Man's head, and you can use that sometimes. Like it'll go right through weak enemies, and then strong enemies you can actually hit them with the orb that's above Mega Man's head, and then get away and release the orb itself that's still stored, like the normal charge shot that goes forward, and get basically a double hit on bosses this way.
Oh, no moonwalk. But yeah, you'll see that kind of abused here with this boss fight, because he'll use it there to hit both of the cockroaches with one single hit.
Yeah, it was a good fight from Gare.
It was a good fight. Gare knows you gotta moonwalk. I mean, he's in the lead. he didn't die right 4 times.
Toad actually doing pretty well for somebody who died in Toad. Sorry.
Yeah, he's actually doing pretty. Yeah, he's made it some ground.
Oh my god.
Just a heads up about that incentive for Eldra's run. That'll be lasting through the end of Common Strikers, so be sure to get your donations in for that. And for the Kirby and the Amazing Mirror color option, that'll be very quick as well. That'll be maybe like an hour and a half or so after that.
Alright, so I didn't see Gare's screen whether or not he stored a charge to use against the Slinkies here. Oh, looks like he did. Oh, baby, that's my favorite strat in this stage. You hold a charge, and then you have to make sure you don't shoot any lemons from any weapon. And then when you switch back to your Buster, then it'll just release the charge automatically.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. And those Slinkies take forever to kill, so it's good to get them out of the way quickly.
Okay. Which version is Gare playing? It looks like he's playing Rockman 4.
I'm gonna assume he's...
Cossack Catcher fight starts in a different way depending on which version you play. Rockman 4, Cossack will start moving immediately, and in Mega Man 4, Cossack will delay a small amount. So, unfortunately, because it's Rockman 4, we don't get to see the best line ever, which is, "I'm gonna break you, Mega Man!" But maybe we'll get to see it on Toad's side.
Now, the thing about the Cossack Catcher fight, though, the catcher doesn't move while you're sliding. It just kind of dead stops after it starts moving, so you can kind of just keep him in the same place and keep going at him.
Yeah. So here we go. This is the Mega Man 4 fight, where it starts a little bit differently. Cossack waits before doing his first move. But any horizontal movement can be cancelled completely using the slide. That was a very good fight.
Yep.
And we get to see the best line. I'm gonna break you. It's so good, dude.
Yeah, it's a good line.
All right, so this Screen and Wily one that we've got Gare going through is very scary, to me at least. Okay, so I'm coming up on Med Daddy, which is... Oops. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So Met Daddy is you gotta shoot 14 rings, and you can get up to 6 hits in a cycle if you get the long pattern, or 4 hits, probably more likely if you get a short one. Looks like you got a long pattern and did manage to nail the 6 hits. So, oh, he got frozen.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure that you're not on the ground when he hits the ground. Overall, a good fight there. Still managed to get the 3 cycle. Toad menuing a little bit later. I'm not really sure if that affects anything. I feel like you kind of want to menu earlier and then summon rush earlier, but I could be out of my mind. The one thing is, if you menu while you're next to the spikes there, you want to hold right, because if you're not holding right, you will die.
We got a short pattern to start off with Toad's fight.
Oop. Toad just barely missing that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, like, it wasn't such a big time loss. Still sitting about half a stage behind here.
So he's got up half a stage, like from 4 deaths. That's that's really good.
That's pretty good
as far as that's concerned. Got stuck on the ladder.
He tried to jump up to the next ledge to get another jump up the ladder, but unfortunately he grabbed it instead. So no block slides for Gare. Here you're gonna jump through and then gonna shoot a rain flush, and what that does is it actually damages the boss, which skips the rest of the refill, and then he shoots a drill, which destroys the Taco Trash hitbox, or like the one that like damages you,
the hurt box,
and then and then you can just stand inside it and spam rings.
Yeah, it makes the fight pretty easy. But of course, you lose a little bit of time because you're doing extra menus for that.
Yeah. Yeah, the rain flush, it just literally straight up saves time, and then the drill is a safe strat. Toad doing all 4 block slides there. What a beast.
See what he decides to go for in the fight. He's also opting.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so hard to save time by not using drill there.
Yeah.
Like, the shot timings just work out so well when you're just jumping with impunity.
We start up on the refights.
So here, this is a soft weakness actually that we're using against Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh is, of course, weak to Flash Stopper, but that's such a slow kill. And Dust Crusher does 2 damage. So.
Now, does he have exact ammo because he used extra earlier?
No, it looks like he's got at least 1 spare.
Yep, okay.
More interesting will be see if he tries to fish for a 7-hit against. No, it doesn't look like it. So you can do a strat which avoids actually killing that or like destroying that one torpedo from Dive Man, and it gives you the opportunity to try and get 7 hits with Skull to open this fight. But that's tough. You want to do 3, 5, or 7 hits with Skull to start this fight, because if you hit an even number of times to start the fight, then you'll put him into his flash patterns. Everybody knows the Drill Man is the real Dive Man.
Yep. You gotta flush him out. So look, even his weakness on the menu is labeled Dive.
Ooh. Toad did run out of Skull. Oh, sorry, out of Dust.
Out of Dust.
He had more ammo going into the stage, so I guess something went wrong in
Pharaoh.
Or he didn't take enough. Oop. The many to jet before ring. Let's go.
That was a good ring fight.
The pattern didn't work out for a 7-hit.
On the Wily Machine.
Here is already going in the Wily Machine.
Making lovely ring noises.
I can't hear a thing.
Neither can I. So then he swaps over to Drill, and something we didn't talk about with Drill either is you can actually detonate it early, which is what he's going to use to actually hit the weak spot with.
Yeah, that was a really good fight. Yeah, you just press B again while it's in the middle of the air, and it'll blow up.
Fun fact, if you pull out Rain Flush in that, after you kill the machine,
yeah,
you can kill Wily.
Soft block yourself.
And soft block the game.
But I guess that also has the consequence of canceling Mega Man 5 through 11.
Mm.
Toad getting the suck a little bit here.
I mean, technically, Mega Man saved the world that way, right?
Yeah.
Stuck in his box. Alright, so here in this fight, we're going to try and get 2 hits, depending on where he spawns at.
The first spawn
unfortunate.
was good, but
yeah.
Second was not. And then another favorable double hit spawn.
Oh, that was a good end.
Alright. Just like that, Gary's done. GG. I didn't get to see what his time was, but...
Are we timing on kill or on...
on kill, yeah. Not
Okay.
JRTA. JRTA is only for RTA.
Okay. Fortunate. Or is the one that like I always question that with, just because you can still die afterwards.
Yeah.
And after you kill Wily, so.
low 39 apparently from Gare. That's really good.
That's really good.
So
yeah.
we just gotta you're gonna watch out the rest of Toad's run here.
See if he has any more favorable hits on him, because Gare had 2 good patterns but missed the second shot on both of them.
Yeah, these double hits, they're hard if you're not like exquisitely practiced on exactly how to do them. There we go, that's 1 double hit. But oh, his charge wasn't ready because of Alright.
And
Toad's
time.
down 2.
GG. Yeah, Toad did catch up quite a bit from the deaths that he had. But Gare still held out strong.